This video gives a demonstration of iJDSP, a mobile signal analysis educational app. Modern smartphones and tablets with its sophisticated multi-touch interfaces can provide a rich user experience. Exploring these technologies presents a huge potential for developing new learning paradigms. Incorporating visual representations and interactivity into the curriculum can largely impact engineering education in particular. The large user base of these devices among the student community supports this fact. At Arizona State University, we have designed iJDSP, a mobile educational app for simulation and visualization of signal processing fundamentals. iJDSP is freely accessible and is supported for the Apple iOS devices such as iPhone, iPod, and iPad. iJDSP creates a unique and immersive learning experience that can be seamlessly integrated with existing DSP and Signals and Systems courses. Developed as part of an NSF-sponsored educational project, iJDSP is aimed at translating visual programming experiences from PCs to portable mobile devices. We will now begin by navigating through the iJDSP app and getting to know its different components and features. iJDSP opens with this splash view. This app contains a block-based graphical programming environment for generation, analysis, and visualization of different types of signals. The bottom panel contains a tips button with information for beginners on how to navigate and use the app. You can view the disclaimer and information about the development team by tapping the info button. The main workspace can be viewed by tapping the plus button. iJDSP block diagrams are constructed in this workspace by placing different function blocks and establishing connections between them. The design has been optimized to provide maximal working area on the screen. Let's tap the plus button, and here we will see the list of iJDSP functions which can be used for signal generation, Fourier analysis, Z-transforms, digital filter design, multi-rate processing, and compression. A simple simulation for computing FFT of a signal will be shown now. Tap plus and choose the signal generator block. You can see a view with a list of parameters that can be modified. Choose from a list for signal type, enter values such as for gain, or choose from a yes or no option for signal periodicity. Update to save specifications and tap add. The block can be moved around in the workspace and placed at a convenient spot. Add the FFT block. The size of the FFT can be chosen to be 32. As you can see, navigation between the multiple views in the simulation environment is seamless. A connection between the two blocks can be established by tapping the output pin and then the input pin. Now add the plot block. For blocks that don't have parameters, a dialog box opens up to confirm the block selection. Tap yes. The output pin must be chosen before the input pin, else you will get an error message. Double tap the plot block. You can choose to visualize either the magnitude, phase, real or imaginary parts of the FFT output by selecting the appropriate option. The output can be seen in either linear or dB scales and for either continuous or discrete signal. The values can be observed by tapping the values button. To change any of the existing parameters of the simulation block diagram, choose the block and update the changes. Since the execution of the simulation is dynamic, the output changes dynamically to reflect the updated parameters. Also, to delete a block or a connection, long press and hold the block or the connection. Use the del all button in the bottom panel to delete the entire block diagram. Several functions in iJDSP have been developed to support the DSP curriculum at ASU. Using these function blocks, students can implement a wide range of DSP systems. In addition to this, a set of interactive demo blocks have been created for illustration of certain important DSP fundamentals. As an example demo, we will show the PZ placement function block, which helps students grasp the concepts of filter design using the pole zero placement method. Add the PZ placement block and double tap. Add pole and add zero and drag them in the PZ plane to see the corresponding changes in frequency response. Now, as a second example, we will show the convolution demo. Add the con demo block and double tap. You can choose to see the demo for either continuous or discrete time signals. We choose the continuous time signal. The type of signals can be specified. We convolve a sync and a rectangular signal. The sync signal is first drawn in green. The signal is flipped and translated in time. Now, the second signal will be drawn, which is the rectangular signal, and that is in blue. As the sync signal moves over the rectangular signal, the convolved signal is generated in black. In order to showcase a few basic real-world applications of DSP principles to high school students and engineering freshmen, a set of demos have been developed. As an example, we will show the musical instrument digital interface, or the MIDI block. Add the MIDI block and double tap. You will see a piano, and on tapping the keys you can observe the time domain and frequency domain spectrum of a corresponding note. Now, take a look at a brief preview of the dissemination activities related to iJDSP.